an ex or hoping for a reconciliation. Or maybe they're just really on your mind lately and you're wondering why that is. It will be different for everybody. This is a general reading. And I do want to point out that I'm not looking at any one particular person's storyline. This is general, overall view. I definitely try to bring forth as many messages as I can possibly decipher with the lineup of cards that do come out. But this is general, so it will resonate greatly for some, but for others it won't resonate. And if it doesn't, please do not try to make it fit or be angry that it doesn't. I mean, this is a general reading for everybody. So with that said, Sagittarius, let's see what the energy is between you and your ex for the month of November 2017. Also, think of a number 1, 2, or 3 during this entire reading and see which number you choose by the end, okay? So think about that. I'm only looking at the energy for November, not before, not after. Alright, Sagittarius, so the energy between the two of you is come to the edge. This is needing to set aside all fear and insecurity and say what needs to be said. If you're feeling really compelled to reach out to your ex, but you're afraid to, this card is saying you need to overcome those fears because there's a better outcome than you expect, okay? For others of you, there's a kind of a reverse message here where you need to come to the edge of letting go of your ex, okay? I'm going to pull tarot cards to see how this energy plays out, and, you know, you'll be able to decipher which Sagittarius you are, but this is letting go of fears so that you can do what needs to be done, and there's a more positive outcome than you anticipate, okay? So I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards to look at how you're feeling about your ex, and I do that because your cards paired with their cards tell the whole story. So also, if I'm saying, oh, this is how you're feeling, and you're not feeling that way at all, well, then you'll know this reading doesn't resonate and doesn't fit for you, okay? I've had people complain that I shouldn't be telling them how they're feeling, and I just don't even know how to address that. So, do you only want to have a tarot reading? So anyways, I can't cut that portion out, unfortunately, or I would only have half the story. So let's see how you are feeling about your ex in the month of in November 2017. Ooh, maybe for some of you, you broke up in September, huh? Alright, so we have Judgment reversed for you. If things ended out of your choice, you may have felt that it was unfair, the way things went, like you were unjustly judged for something, or, you know, there was miscommunication. You just feel like there was a lack of fairness. Others of you, this is hoping for a second chance. And then we have the 6 of Wands upright. Okay. Yeah, this is so beautiful for both storylines. Some of you feel like why the relationship ended was unjust, like it wasn't fair to you. There's things that weren't seen, and you want all of that to come to light, or there's things you didn't say, and you want to express all of that now. Like, you want the truth about you to come to light, or you want the truth about your partner to come to light. Now, on the other side of that, you're really hoping for a reconciliation, okay? And you're considering the month of November being the month to come out and say that. Or, you know what, for some of you Sagittariuses, you have a birthday in the month of November, you early Sages, and maybe you're hoping to reconnect on your birthday. But there's definitely information you want to come to light, or your true feelings of wanting a second chance coming to light. You want it all out there. You don't want to hold back. That's how you're feeling. Now, because this is general, this could be how your ex is coming towards you, okay? And that's why you're feeling this way about your ex. They could really be wanting a second chance, and they're expressing that to you this month, and that's what this fear is about, okay? Or they're finally coming to light, telling you the truth about everything. So let's take a look and see how your ex is feeling about you. And you don't have to be talking to your ex. You know, not all of you are, obviously. But November looks like a high probability of, like, their energy shifting, like being able to come clean, say what needs to be said. And it doesn't have to be, like, deceitful things are being revealed. It's just, I feel like there's miscommunication, or the whole story wasn't present at the time of breakup. Wow. Look at this. They're coming through as judgment. Wow. So you both are in this energy. And then the devil reversed. Wow. Yeah, so there is an element here of wanting a second chance. And with that devil energy being reversed, you know, your ex could feel that you are over them. You've made your final decision, like they don't know how you feel. And if you've kept it all bottled up and you let them feel like you were good, then this is speaking to you 100%. They don't think that you want them back, okay? For others, there is this want, this need for a reckoning, for a closure, or a reconciliation even, okay? You both are showing in this energy, and I get that for many of you Sagittariuses, you feel like you were unfairly judged, okay? You feel like you were unfairly judged. Now, they could feel like, you know, they didn't unfairly judge you at all, because they're coming in as upright. So you guys are in the same energy, but existing in different places of it, like the opposite ends of it, which is really interesting. Nonetheless, for all of you, just based on these cards, you and this individual are not finished. There's not a completion here. Even if it's on one side, okay? I feel one side is, yes, I don't want this, I'm good, I'm done, I'm finished. And then another person is like, no, I really want a second chance with you. And because this is general, it can go either way. And I've made the mistake in the past of not looking at it that way and people getting quite upset. So it can go either way. But what I get about the ex here is, if they had like an addiction, or, you know, or they were very obsessive, or just, you know, really intense, heavy energy, like they've corrected that, they've balanced that. Or if that's talking about you, like that was your energy, they're now looking at you as though you have corrected that. okay? So they're seeing you in a positive light, which is exactly what you want, which is exactly what you hope for. And some of you are feeling that there was something that came in between the two of you, and it's not a lack of love that separated you. It was like an addiction, or maybe somebody just had a really bad temper, or, you know, the devil can mean so many different things. It's just really intense energy. And now it's reversed in November as far as your ex is concerned. But with you both showing us judgment, it's either November is the month of finality or the month of reconciling. Like, it's 50-50 split down the middle, just because the judgment came out reversed and then upright. So there is finality here. And maybe that's what some of you are afraid of. Like, you're afraid to let go, or you don't want to let go, you really want a second chance, or maybe you are ready to let go and your ex is like, no, you know, let's try this again. So I'm going to look at the energy playing out between the two of you in November to get a better sense of, you know, what's going on here. Seeker of Flames, Divine Justice, and Five of Cups. Yep, okay. I feel there's a stronger pull for you, Sagittarius, that, again, you guys feel the relationship ended and it was very unfair to you. And you want to plead your case. You want your side to be seen. You want your chance. Like, you don't want to let this go. You want a chance to prove yourself. And you know what else? Maybe you messed up. You made a mistake. And that's why the relationship ended. And you're like, you know, give me another chance. I really love you. We're meant to be together. I made a mistake. You know, let's work on this. Or you can flop that and, you know, it could have been your ex who ended the relationship or did something wrong, and now they're the one coming back to you wanting a second chance, and you're like, you know, are you kidding me after everything you did? But with the lineup of cards here, no matter what either one of you are saying to the other, you both really still have a lot of feelings. And, you know, some people are just made where they have their end-all no repair line, where it's like, I don't care how much I love you, how much you matter to me, you cross that line, that's where we have to end, because I can't. And that's kind of what I feel like has happened here, is it's not about a lack of love, you know, you both miss each other quite a bit, and I don't, like I said, I don't care the mask that you guys wear with each other, okay, because with this blindfold, what I'm feeling about that is not seeing, like, you're not seeing and your ex is not seeing, like, the whole picture, the whole side. You both are kind of blind to each other, and that's more of, I feel like, fear of being vulnerable, fear of really opening yourself up, especially if you were the one that was hurt, and that's where all these fears are coming into play. But for many of you, there's this element of healing that takes place. And if you haven't been speaking to your ex with the Seeker of Flames here, that's, you know, a message coming in, that's communication or information. So there's going to be information you receive, or there's going to be information exchanged between you and your ex. And, you know, with Divine Justice here, some of you could actually be going through a divorce right now, and that's why you're watching this. You really don't want that to be the case. Like, you don't want a divorce, and maybe your ex is getting the majority of the assets or whatever it is, since they're showing as upright and then you're not. But since this is a general reading, we could flip that, and maybe you're the one receiving all the assets and everything, and your ex is not. And so they're looking at you thinking, like, you have everything and it's unfair to them. So, you know where you fall in this general reading, the different messages that are coming through. And no matter what, both of you are sad, okay? I keep going back to that. Like, both of you are sad, and if whatever happened didn't happen, it's like you guys would still be together. And it almost, maybe, for some, it's a matter of pride and ego, either on your behalf or your ex's behalf, like why the relationship can't repair or get back together. It's just, everybody's made different, okay? And even if somebody is really in love with somebody, sometimes their ego or their pride is much bigger than that love. Even if they love somebody all the way down into their soul, everybody is made differently. So what I see here for November is a balancing of energy for sure. For many of you, a conversation with the ex, how all that's going to play out into December, I cannot say, but I just know that many of you are missing your ex big time, and I believe they are missing you equally the same, just based on the tarot cards that came out for your guys' energy. So I'm going to pull 3 romance angel cards. So think of the number that you were most drawn to, and that's going to be more specific advice or answer to your question or outcome, okay? Since this is general, and case of the ex is a very sensitive subject for some, I try to personalize this more. Alright. So card 1 is children. Wow. So some of you are connected to the ex by children. You're going through divorce, or you've been through the divorce, and this is the primary focus in November, is the children. It's not about you, it's not about the ex, it's about the children you share. And maybe you guys are in a custody battle or whatever, and you might be acting hard, but like inside you miss your ex, and you really wish that you guys could reconcile, or vice versa, okay? For others of you, this card here pairs nicely with that card, and this could be new communication, a new beginning between the two of you, even though you might feel very afraid or they might feel very afraid, okay? And if you feel really, really drawn to contact them, not out of wishful thinking, but maybe you've been having a lot of dreams about them, or they just pop into your mind at random times out of nowhere, chances are they're thinking about you. Now, if you're focused on them all the time and you're constantly thinking about them, then probably not the case. I'm talking to those of you who are living your life, trying to do your best, focusing on other things. Obviously, you're going to think about your ex, or you wouldn't be watching this video, but it's like you could be watching a show that's not related to any memory you have of them, and then all of a sudden they just like pop in your head, or maybe you're washing your car or doing your laundry, just anything random, and all of a sudden they're in your head and you're just remembering these random memories, or maybe you even feel like you're having a conversation with them. If that's happening and you feel like you need to reach out, definitely do. Like, don't be afraid to do that. And for some of you, your ex is going to reach out to you, and this is a new beginning. This could just be a new beginning where you guys have this reckoning and, closure, or this could be where you guys are starting out as friends again, moving slowly, or this could mean this is the beginning of a brand new romantic partnership that's about to unfold between the two of you, okay? Card 2 is getting to know each other. So if you were drawn to this card, this is saying speaking more to where there's things that weren't said, or maybe there was lack of clarity, and you want to set the record straight, or you want to finally express how you truly do feel. This is a good sign right here that yes, you should do that, okay? As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Maybe some of you broke up because not everybody was like super open and communicative. And now with this, if that was you and you need to express yourself more and you were drawn to this, reach out and say what you need to say, because I feel like they're open to you, okay? No matter what, unless you had some like crazy vicious situation, and I don't really see that here, I feel like your ex is open to you still. Like, you guys miss each other. Like, it hurts both of you still. Like, this feels even very fresh. Like, it could be 6 months ago, but it just feels, no matter the time, so fresh in your heart still. And there's a lot you didn't say that needs to be said, or there's a lot that your ex didn't say that needs to be said. And if the opportunity arises, do not be afraid. Open your heart and express it for all it's worth, because at this point, once you're broken up and the relationship is ended, what do you have to lose by truly expressing yourself? The only thing that stops you is ego or pride, because like I said, the relationship's already over. If you're expressing it just because you want that person to know, listen, we're not together, but I love you, and I never said this, and I never did this, or whatever happened, and I just want you to know, I want you to know these things, or I want you to know that I'm sorry, like that kind of stuff. So open up if the opportunity comes, or if you can reach out and you know you can reach out and you have these things, say it, because again, it's just ego or pride that prevents that. And once the relationship's over, you don't have anything else to lose, so it's okay if you're vulnerable. And like I said, unless your ex is just totally crazy vicious, or you were totally crazy vicious to your ex, then probably not so much, but I don't think that's the case here, okay? So that is card 2. And card 3, very soon. So if you've been thinking about, do I want to try to reach out to reconcile, or maybe your ex put it out to you to reconcile, you need to decide something very soon. Like, this is on you. You may need to reach out, okay? Or you may need to reciprocate a message that you've received from your ex. Now, for those of you who are going through a divorce, this is like very soon, like in November. I feel like all things are final. The decisions are all final. Or, and honestly, it doesn't, with this, I don't know if the outcome's good or bad, like how you're going to feel about that. Based on the cards here, it's really just talking about the emotions that you're going through about the loss of the relationship. So, some of you, the divorce is final in November, and maybe that's what you're afraid of. You're scared to be alone, but you need to decide that it's better to be single than to be with the wrong one. Even if you really, really loved them and you thought your ex was the one for you for all of your life, you need to trust the universe that if that was the case, then you'd still be together, or maybe you'll be together in the future. What is meant to be always finds its way, always, always. And what's not meant to be can't ever fully solidify. And sometimes some things are just meant to be for like a year, 2 years, or 5 or 10, and then, we all are expanding into different versions of ourselves through our daily experience with life in general. So we all change and grow, and sometimes we do that with somebody, and then sometimes the growth just starts taking us apart from each other. But trust the universe that everything is as it should be. And if you know there's absolutely no way that you and your ex are getting back together, then I think you need to very soon decide to let go of this heartache and allow yourself to move on and have hope that there very well could be somebody else out there for you, okay? So, mixed bag here, but you'll know where you fall, okay? And if it doesn't fit, don't try to make it. Even if you like the message, don't try to make it fit if it's really not fitting, okay? Like I said, exes is a very sensitive thing to most people, their emotions, and I don't want to give any sort of false expectations to anybody. Okay, so that's why I try to really explain how you're feeling so you can be like, okay, yeah, this is resonating with me. No, it's not. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, case of the X. We'll see what's going on.